Hey guys, adjusting the lamp. Is it better? Yeah, it's better down like that. We'll go like that. Okay. Ta-da, ta-da, ta-da. So, if nobody shows up, that's okay. You all have busy lives. And I did say a last minute. Uh, okay. Let's start with an update of my work. And that's working on Queen Elizabeth. I didn't get to finish because Mania started. Yeah, Mania started, and I couldn't finish. Um, Here, let me fix this. Yeah. I messed things up. Come on, finish. There you go. Aha. Okay. We'll just put this here because I took the Q snap off. I'll turn this here so you can hear me. I'll situate my glass on my head. My new glasses. These are the readers, but I got bifocals too. And let's show off my work. So, here is my progress on Queen Elizabeth. I had to stop the progress in the middle because Mania happened, and you know, I wanted to do Mania this year. I mean, it's the first year I could actually do Mania, so I wanted to do Mania this year. Go away, honey. So, and I also just decided to do it differently. As you can see, I'm working with the rows like here. You know, I'm working across instead of down. But I have a question. I really do. My question is this. For all you lovelies that work across, how do you keep this neat? I mean, this is just a freaking mess. You know, I've got them sectioned off. Well, I'm supposed to have them sectioned off in clips. You know, see, here's one. Here's another. But it's getting tangled and it's a mess. If you guys can tell me how to fix that, you know, give me some tips about that, I'd really appreciate it. Really, really appreciate it. So after Mania, this will be picked back up again. Because that's what's up on my rotation. Oh, and ignore all my bedroom. This is life. This is what it is. Huh. I wonder if that means I actually have somebody watching. What's that mean? One like, one thing right there. So, if somebody's actually there, say hi. Mania. I decided that I was going to do 4 starts in May, one for each week. So last Tuesday, I started sweet bears. See these little cutesies. Aren't they cute? You just want me to pinch their cheek, just pinch their cheek. And at the moment, I'm working on right here. Now, technically, it's Tuesday. It's week 2. I should have stopped because I did start my second mania start yesterday morning when I was at group. But when I got back, instead of continuing on working on my second project, I went back to Sweet Bears because I had got. Oh, somebody is here. Hello. How you doing? Do I need to repeat anything? I showed off my Queen Elizabeth. This is my first mania start, Sweet Bears. And I'm so obsessed. Okay. There, now you can see it. I am so obsessed. I couldn't put it down until I finished this. I just had to do it. And tonight I'm going to finish the back stitching. Lovely, lovely. I'm actually being able to do back stitch. I got the ball done and the cupcake done. And right now I'm working on the bear. I got over here and over here. I forgot to do over here. But that's okay. I'm just going to get them. I'm going to finish the back stitch on them. Because he's so cute. He's adorable. And I'm doing good, Miss Sherry. I'm in a good mood. This was my first mania start. And I don't want to put it down, but I'm going to have to. So as soon as I finish the back stitching, I'm putting it down. My second mania start is for my brother-in-law. And it's this one. Treasure by the Shore. Hey, Penny. Yeah, so do I. I love bears. I'm when it comes to my the type of projects I like doing, I like cutesy stuff like cutesy fantasy stuff like Soda Stitch does, but not those stereotypical cutesy unicorns and stuff. Like those little unicorns. I like it as art. Sweet Bears is art, and I like it that way. But typical cutesy, no. Typical cutesy, no, I don't like. But they are so cute. This is what I'm working on now. Nice dragon. Yeah, gorgeous, right? So I started it because thanks to my mom died, and after all this time, we got the burial insurance in. And Lydia gave me some money, so I was able to pay off my layaway, and I made an order for fabric for this. Miss Barbara gave me the fabric and all the threads for it. I'm missing one, but I know I have it. But I don't remember when she gave it to me, but it probably was around Christmas, because Christmas card from, what did I say, Barbara? Debbie Clue. See, it's just Debbie Clue. That's who it is. Debbie Clue. Dad me. And I adored it for her. She gave me all the threads and the fabric, and I started it, but I made a mistake and I couldn't unpick it. So I started it again on upside down, and then I made a mistake. And I'm like, do I actually have room for this? So I said, okay, breathe. I'll get some fabric for it. And this past April, I was able to get some fabric. I decided to get the 25 count Easy Grid. I think it's called Easy Grid. So this is each block is 10 by 10. That's 10, that's 10, that's 10. And I was smart today with this one because I wasn't smart on the Last Supper. Oops. I wasn't smart on the Last Supper and Queen Elizabeth. But this time, I found the middle of the, where it is it? I found the middle of the fabric. And I went down here and I found the middle of this. Well, it was somewhere here. You can't see it. But I went down and I numbered them all from the middle numbers down. Then I went up and I numbered it all. And then I started at the middle of where it was, and I numbered all over here. And yes, it is good to work on. I love it. It makes things easier. See, right here, I numbered them all. So this is, I actually have room. Yay, look, I have a border. And yes, I am kind of a spaz. It's a bit expensive compared to regular fabric, but not compared to hand-dyed fabric. You know, normal fabric that you get at the store or at online, 1, 2, 3 stitch and stuff that you can just, you know, it's not that. Oh, that's actually 2 different things. To find the center on the fabric, all you have to do is fold it in half one way, and then you mark that center, and then you fold it in half the other way, and then you mark that center. So that's where the center of the fabric is. But the center of the pattern will be marked. It'll actually be marked. Let's see. Around 225. Okay. For the center for me, this is the mark. This is the center line going downwards. Okay? There's a nice arrow. Then going, these have a number of pages. Excuse me. Okay, here it is. Here is the center line horizontally. So what you want to do is when you're working on a big pattern and it has multiple pages, what you want to do is you want to mark the center of it vertically, put a pin there, and then follow it down, fold it up and put a pin there. Put a pin in the fold, and you open it back up so you have the vertical line. You have the horizontal line marked. The horizontal line, middle line marked. And so you take your, what I would suggest you do if you don't have a grid, with me, because I had a grid, I was able to mark it with my Marks Be Gone. No, this thing. Um, and yes, I do say a lot. Water soluble fabric marker. And this is an old one. So you want to mark it that way. And I would just draw, if you're working on regular fabric, not hand dyed, I would just draw down and across like that, your vertical and horizontal lines. And then if you want to start in the middle, then you find the center. So for me, I would have to go, this is the center vertical line, but I would have to go to page where it says 225 and realize, crap, what was the center line? 180. Okay. I would have to go from 180 all the way over here. So it would say 225. And right here is the middle of the fabric. No, the middle of the pattern right here. And you have the choice of working behind it. But because I'm working on a heaven and earth design, or a BAP, big ass project, I start mine at the top, and I worked it so, I made those numbers. I marked out those numbers so that I knew where the first stitch should be, and I started it right here because this was 10. This block was 10. So one was here. This block is 20. You'd be doing 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, on and like that. Which also brought me to one of the things I wanted to talk about is I was asked for some help when working with multiple pages. Now, they come in all sorts of sorts. You can have a pattern like this, and open it up like this, and this is the pattern. 1, 2, or 1, 2, 3, 4. The whole thing is all this. All this is the pattern. There are no page breaks. The middle of the fold ice-link marks is in the middle of the pattern. Okay? But there's also other ways for the manufacturers to do multiple page patterns. And this is like with the Hayes. What the Hayes will do, let me open it up. Hayes will do, Heaven and Earth Design. They will put the number of the page right here that you're working on. So for this instance, this is page 12. Then on the opposite side, they'll put the number right here of the page that goes next to it. Okay? Which would be page 13. Well, the page on this side would be page 11, and you know that because there is this gray border right here. That border matches up to the last columns to right here. These last columns of page 11. Page 11, you do all this, and you're like, okay, where do I start on the next page? You flip to the next page, and you're like, look, we've already started these. You already did these. So this is what you have to do right here. You start it right here. And you know, because you can match up the symbols, the colors to what's right here. And since this is on the second row, the page that was above it, you have the last line right here. They overlap. But this is the page that you're working on. This is the page that is going next. Now, this is the page number right here is the page that is going to go directly beneath it. And this will be directly beneath the other page. So all 4 sides are marked. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? Going back to the first page. This is the first page. So page 1. Now, the page that's going next to it is page 2, and it's marked right here. So, say we completed all of this, and we go to page 2. Okay, well, here's page 2. Well, here is the last stitches that you did in this column, and here's the rest of it. And you see right here, page 2, and then next to it is going to be page 3. So you'll flip, and so on and forth. But since this is a multiple level pattern, underneath page 2, it tells you on this side, right here, which page is going directly beneath it. So if I wanted to, I could work across my fabric vertically. Okay? I can do it across vertically, however I want to do it. Also, I can do it horizontally because I know that when I get here, I finish this page directly under it, it's going to be this page right here, if you can see it. If not, it's page 9. I don't blame you if you can't see it because I can barely see it. Or say you want to go diagonal. Well, that's okay because you finished page 1 and you know that if you want to go diagonal, you want to go over 1 and down 1, like, you want to do this and then you want to do this. You know what that page is because it's right here. And I like that, the way they do it. I started, my first big project I started was something like this. But it was in 2 pages. Like this. 2 pages like this. This is how big it was. So there was the page 1 and there was the page 2. And they had the I believe they had the shading. I can't remember though. But basically that is the way that it works. If they don't do the shading, if they don't number it, then it will be obvious how the pages lie together. It'll be connected in some way like this. Because this is one big pattern, but and get the hair off the pattern. No, that didn't do it. I'm going off on a tangent. Hair, go away. As you can see, I cut mine. Well, I had my sister cut mine. I know it. And, they have such gorgeous patterns. I mean, when I saw Adele do this pattern, I'm like, I've got to have it. And I had to have it. I mean, and then when I had the money, I went to go get it, and no, I couldn't do it because they wouldn't take my money because I didn't have a PayPal account. My sister and brother-in-law were the ones that were paying for it. So this wonderful lady that I was talking to at the time, she said, I will get it for you and send it to you. And she sent this to, she sent this to me. And she also sent me the threads. And I'm like, oh, wow. Thank you. I mean, that was so sweet of her. She sent me this and the threads. And I'm like, totally overwhelmed by the generosity. I mean, I am so humbled by the generosity of you guys. Well, it's mostly good, except for this right here. But I was having a panic attack when my sister was doing it. My oldest sister, the one who normally cuts my hair, is my younger sister. But my older sister was cutting my hair, and I was having a panic attack. And she's like, she had her hand on like this and pushing me down, double chin down, and cut, like this. And I'm like, oh, get away from me. It's good. I don't have to do anything. Just get away. And yes, that is an anxiety attack. What else? Life is treating me good. I spent all the money that my sister gave me. And one of the things that I did was I started, I paid off my layaway for the material pack for Anne Boleyn. Heaven and Earth Designs Anne Boleyn. Let me see. Do I have it here or over there? No. Over there. Hold on a second. There it is. So, which I pay, I'm doing this. This is going to be my next Heaven and Earth design, which would mean that I have Gianna Trina's Last Supper, Queen Elizabeth, Treasure by the Shore, and Anne Boleyn, all going at the same time, number 4. But I did want to make an announcement about Anne Boleyn. Heather and I, Heather from Heather Stitches, Heather Chambers, we are going to start Anne Boleyn. You had to hold your voice had to do that. Bye, Penny. But read that watch back and you'll hear what I'm going to say about my birthday, okay? Bye. We are starting this on August 23rd on my birthday because I'll be 44 years old. And Heather has the project. I'm like, a couple of years ago, we had both we had both gotten this, and well, she had gotten it, and I'm like, I want to do that one too. Shall we do a sal, And she said yes. So there's a lot of time. We don't have to rush into it because I couldn't afford the materials, and but she said that when both of us got the materials, that we would do it together in a sal. Well, the layaway that I paid off. Yeah, more hair. The layaway I paid off. Dog hair and fleas. That's 2 things. I mean, come on. right here. And it doesn't matter how many times I just swish it off. It's that's because I was doing it on the wrong thing. But anyways, so I had put the materials on layaway so that I could start it on my birthday. And dog, what are you chewing? Oh, come on. No. Bad dog. Bad dog. No. Trying to hit his nose and he never lets me. Oh. Okay. Birthday, blah, blah. I put the materials on layaway. And then Lydia, I paid some on it, and I was going to get it in the presentation box and get some needles and stuff. And then I realized I'm not going to be able to pay this off in time to get it by my birthday. So I said, okay, can you please, just take off the presentation box, take off the needles, and I'll just pay for the material back. And she didn't, but Michelle was so kind, and she said, well, I'm going to let you still have the needles. But, more here. I know. He has chewed on my bed. Did you ever see the quilt that I did? That I showed? That I have? Here it is. It's on the floor. Where it ends up every night. My lovely quilt. Look, it's lovely, right? A lot of hard work. Not so much anymore. Dang dog. Chewed up my quilt. And I'd love to get back to quilting, but I'm not quilting anything until that dog is stops chewing. Might have to wait like 10 years, but as long as Laura wants them in the oh, yes, it is, and I know mine did the same thing. Yeah, it's but birthday. I decided that I didn't want to stitch with just Heather. I would absolutely like to do a Tracy P. stitch along. But it won't be a Tracy P. stitch along. It'll be a Layla Claiborne stitch along or a novice stitcher. Novice stitcher. That's who I am. It'll be a novice stitcher stitch along. NSSA. Yeah, NSSA. And I would love it if all of us can get together. Or not, but I would like it if we can get together and on August 23rd, we can stitch on something from the Tudor court. It does not have to be Anne Boleyn, does not have to be King Henry, but it has to have something to do with the Tudor court. I mean, it could be Queen Elizabeth I, or it could just be people in medieval dress that looks like they would be in, Tudor dress. Or you could do a Tudor rose, or you can stitch on something that uses the color Tudor rose, if that actually is a color. And Pepsi product placement. Sorry. And if I can get you guys interested, and if you guys can contact me and say, yes, you're interested, and then I could create a group. Never done it before, but I am willing to start. And I'm looking all over the place. I mean, when you're doing a live video on the camera, where are you supposed to look? On the computer? Up there? To the side? Down at yourself? Okay, yes, I'm laughing at myself. yappy, yappy, yappy. I mean, I'm like spazzed all over the place. But it starts on August 23rd. And I'd like it to go on for a year until my next birthday. You know, so it doesn't have to be a new start. But, you know, maybe that every 23rd you'd stitch on it. You know, every 23rd of the month you'd stitch on it until August 23rd, 2019, which I will then be 45. And I thought, you know, that would be fun. You know, I know that I don't have the subscribers of Tracy P or Jessie Marie or on all that, but you know, I'd like to try. I mean, you guys are you just lift me up, and I would love to do something that would make me a part of you. And thank you, Sherry. You know, I want to do something that's a part of you. I mean, like my Joy of Giving video, if you haven't already watched it, go ahead and watch it, because I will be giving away a free Heaven and Earth design pattern. You get to pick it. You know, it could be any size you want, and you know, it can be any platform you want, whether it's PDF or paper. It's cool because the generosity that I have received from each and every one of you, it overwhelms me, and it made me sad that I couldn't do something in return. I mean, now that I'm back, I can do videos now, and I've got this computer with a webcam, and I have a mic that actually works. I can do more videos. And I want to give back, you know? I'm thinking maybe next year I can start a year of giving. Or I can clean up the pattern for my Faith and Hope, and because I marked on it in pencil. I marked on it in pencil. I can clean up the pattern and I can give that away. Or, you know, another one of my patterns that I finished. Anne Boleyn, I can't give away because this was PDF and I had it printed out and bound. But it was a download, so that's not being given away. Treasure by the Shore, I can't give away. But when I finished G.I. Pietrino's The Last Supper, I can pass the stash. You know? So, I figured, you know, that would be something good. Life. Another topic, life. Doing good. They're adjusting my medicine again. And I'm doing better. I'm actually able to get up in the mornings, because I've been having trouble doing that. I had been unable to get up in the mornings. I would be so tired, I wouldn't wake up until around 12. And even when my body was awake, my mind was asleep. So I'd be going to group, and I'd be sitting there, like, you know, stitching, and I'm like, stay awake, Layla, stay awake, Layla, stay awake, Layla. But they adjusted that medicine, and they fixed it. I had my second chiropractor appointment this past Friday, and she adjusted my SI joints and my neck. And thank you. Yeah, I was really glad about that. But I'm going to have to figure out a way to bring ice to group, so that when I get out of my my chiropractor appointment, when I go to group, because I'm going from the appointment to group, that I'll be able to put ice on my right here on my SI joints. You can't see, it's where the back touches the glutes and the thigh, that spot right there, your lower edge of the back, because it hurts badly that day when she does it. And I know that if I ice it, then it should be better, because the pain did not go away until that night when I laid in bed and I turned on my side. Something popped in the back of my back, in the middle of my back, and then pain went away. It should not be painful for you to get an adjustment. It could be sore, but true pain is not something. An adjustment should not result in true pain. Soreness, yes. Pain, no. And it is especially important that you follow your chiropractor's advice and instruction on how to deal with getting the adjustment. For instance, don't go moving your neck around and twisting and turning after an adjustment. Just sit there, let the dizziness pass, straight ahead. And, because the more you twist and turn and stuff, it's the more you undo the more you undo the work. Sunday will be Mother's Day. First Mother's Day without my mom. We had her cremated, and we recently, when the burial insurance came in, we recently took her remains. Well, Chris and Lydia did. Took her remains to the Lafayette Memorial Park, Veterans Park, and she was interned next to my dad. She wasn't exactly buried because it was ashes, but the urn was, the area was dug up and the urn was placed next to my father's coffin. And so I think that they also, by the time that we go see her on Sunday, see the grave on Sunday, they'll have the tombstone completed. Yeah. Just knowing it's coming up, it's hard. For some reason, my dad died and I wasn't that blown away as I am with my mom being dead. And it's just, I walked in the kitchen earlier and there was Mom's Bible, sitting on the stove. What's it doing on the stove? But that was Mom's Bible sitting on the stove. And I opened it up and I'm like slightly crying. It wasn't bawling, but I was crying inside. And Sienna came up, my niece Sienna came up and says, "Oh, that's my Bible. Grandma gave it to me." Okay. I'm glad you have Grandma's Bible. I have one of her Bibles. I'm glad you have Grandma's Bible, but it hurt seeing her Bible in the kitchen. But I'm not going to dwell on that. So I don't know what my reaction will be. Me and Laura and Chris and Lydia are taking me and Laura and possibly one other person to the grave on the first trip will be me. It will include me and Laura, and then on a later trip will be the kids. Because it's more important that her daughters see the grave first than the granddaughters, grandchildren, grandson. Okay. I thought I ate all my Whoppers. I have been on a Whopper streak. No, I'm not going to eat it online because, you don't want to hear that. But I've been on a Whopper streak. I have been eating a lot of chocolate. I mean, I found $10 in my purse, and I was like, oh, I've got $10. And I'm like, okay, you don't have to spend it. Just because you have $10, you don't have to spend it. The next day I went to the store to get my glasses. These are my readers, but I'll show you my bifocals in a second. And I'm walking around the store because I had to wait for Chris and Lydia. And I'm like, oh, let me go get some Whoppers. And then I was like, oh, let me get a Pepsi. And then I was like, oh, it's the next day. Let me buy some more Pepsi. And then $10 is now $2. And it's like, you tell yourself not to spend, and you do it anyway. And for me, it's on junk food. Stuff that I don't need. Oh, you're blurry. I never realized how blurry you were. Okay. These are my bifocals. And I'm not sure if you can see, but you can see where the bifocals are right here. I'm surprised they only put in that little spot. I would think it would be, I'm sorry. I think it would be totally across the thing, but no. Well, it's 46 minutes. I've talked about Mania. I've talked about my progress update and Queen Elizabeth. I've talked about group. My life update. And okay, one thing I didn't do. I didn't show you what's going to be next week's start. That should be easy. It's right here. Not that. Not that either. Okay, I have to stand up. But for the most part, I think I've covered everything. So next week, I will be starting him again. I don't know if you can see it because it might be glary. But I can't open it just yet, or else I'm going to lose everything. But Scotland Santa, I'm going to be doing it again. Somebody gifted me this, and since the one I tried before was Scotland Santa, and I just, in a fit of rage, cut it up. I'll try to be a bit more non-ragey on this one, because it really bothered me. And this is what I'm going to do on the 4th week. Ink circles. This too was a gift. And it wasn't just a pattern. Look, they gave me the fabric and the threads. So this is going to be gorgeous. So I actually have enough to do my 4 weeks of Mania. Now, is there anything else that I have forgotten to talk about that you have a question for? Speak now or forever hold your peace. Oh, yeah, those are colors. I remembered my Bible. I know it's live, and it's not a normal update, but I'll probably be doing live from now on because of I'm not satisfied with how the videos are coming out from the tablet, because I love my niece dearly, but she goes like this all the time. It's just shaking all the time. And I wanted to be a bit more professional and get more videos up, and trying to find the time for when I actually have a child available, and my tablet's all charged up, and I got everything together. That's difficult. So I will be doing live. I possibly might do another video next week, Tuesday at 6 p.m. Possibly. If I do, I will post it in the morning. And I should probably post it on Instagram too. I haven't been on Instagram for a while. I've been so busy. I mean, like, I was totally consumed with Sweet Bears. And before that, it was Gianna Pietrino's Last Supper, which I did a video on. And totally consumed. But, okay. This is Luke 24:44, and I have to get used to reading with bifocals. And he said unto them, These are the words which I spake unto you, while I was yet with you, that all things must be fulfilled, which were written in the law of Moses, and in the prophets, and in the Psalms concerning me. Then opened he their understanding, that they might understand the scriptures. And said unto them, Thus it is written, and thus it is written, and thus it behooved Christ to suffer, and to rise from the dead in the third day. And then that repentance and remission of sins should be preached in his name among all nations, beginning at Jerusalem. But notice he said all nations. And ye are witnesses of these things. And behold, I send the promise of my Father upon you, but tarry ye in the city of Jerusalem until ye be endued with the power from on high. There are so many things that have been said here. I like it that the New Testament is the testimony of Christ and the promises that he fulfilled. But in order to make that more astounding to us, to more understanding to us, you do have to read the Old Testament. You need to read the Moses. You need to read the prophets. You need to read the Psalms, because that's where God gave his promises. The New Testament is where he fulfilled the promises, but in the Old Testament is where he gave the promises. So you, if you read the Old Testament, you'll know what he has promised us. You will know what he will do for us, what he wants to do for us. And in the New Testament, you'll get a confirmation of what he did, a confirmation of his promises, you know. Just recently, I had a word of knowledge that God said that whatever I asked of him, he would do. And he does. I have to be really careful what I ask of him, because he does do it. And I'd love to extend that blessing to you. Thank you, Sherry. Thank you. I think I lost somebody real quick when when I opened up the Bible, but that's okay. That's okay. People don't have to listen, but it is my responsibility to put it out there. I'm not going to beat you over the head with the Bible. I'm not going to say, "Thou sinner, thou shalt go to hell." No, I'm not going to do that. You know, but I will open the Bible and I'll read to you, and I will try to open your ears to the love that God has, and God will work with you no matter where you are in life. I mean, no matter where you are in sin. I mean, you can be a thief, you can be a murderer, you can be adulterous, you can be homosexual, you can be whatever you are. Just know that God loves you, and that you should give your life to him. I mean, the blessings that you get once you give the life to him, once you give your life to him, is astounding. He will take you where you are, and he will slowly change you to be what he needs you to be. But he doesn't do it like that. He's not going to tell somebody who's homosexual. He's not going to tell somebody. More than likely, he's not going to say something and says, "Stop sleeping with men," right there. Stop sleeping with men. But he will lead you to a place where you want to do it. because it's anathema to you, because you're so close to God, it's anathema to you. Okay. Thank you, Sherry. You've been so kind. And I think I babbled long enough. This has been a long video. I mean, right now it says 55 minutes and 20 seconds. 55 minutes and 20 seconds. So, if you can't think of anything else that I need to talk about, and I can't, I really can't think of anything right now. If I remember something, I'll do it next week. But all my love. Okay? Bye-bye. Here, let me end stream. Yes, I want to end stream.